From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The 50th anniversary of Montana's Constitutional Convention remembered at Montana State University. What one of the original delegates is saying, coming up.
A Bozeman man is accused of trafficking fentanyl through the post office. I'll have the details coming up.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Montana, 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt L. I almost said 6:30 straight up, but 6:30 straight down, actually,
Yeah,
if you look
right.
at the clock that way. So,
Good observation, Chet.
thank you very much, yeah.
Beautiful morning this morning. Most areas near the freezing mark. It's not frigid by any stretch, but our temperatures expect to really warm up or start that warm up today. Daytime highs will climb rapidly, mainly because we're going to be dealing with a little bit more sunshine early into the day. In fact, you look at our warm-up for today, mid to late afternoon, daytime highs back into the mid to upper 50s and continuing their meteoric ascent on the thermometer. Yeah.
Wow.
Daytime temperatures this weekend, even warmer. We're going to break it all down for you coming up in just a few minutes.
And for our younger population, clocks used to have hands, and so that's why the straight down for those that have never
It's
seen
not
a
as
clock
good
like
when
that.
you have to explain
No,
it.
I just thought I'd share that. Meantime, 6:31. Last night, more than 100 people gathered to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Montana State Constitution. Back in 1972, farmers, ranchers, lawyers, university students, even a tractor salesman acted as delegates at the Constitutional Convention. Now, a half-century later, youngest delegate, who was 24 and a university student at the time, Maynann Ellington, shares the moment she signed her name into history.
I have to say that was one of the most touching experiences for me. We went up one by one, and I was seated in the back as Robinson number 78. Very solemn thing. Names were called and everybody walked up. And when it was my turn, I got up there and signed, and people started clapping, because it had been so quiet up until then. And, tears just came down. It was really, really something.
That's pretty cool. By the way, members of the Montana Free Press and others spent months coordinating and conducting interviews with delegates, executives, and reporters about that Constitutional Convention. Those interviews are available to the public to view anytime at the MSU Library's website. Well, we continue to focus on the growing problem of illegal fentanyl that's plaguing Montana. Just yesterday, we told you about the 116% increase in fentanyl deaths across the Treasure State. Now a Bozeman man busted and accused of having 13 grams of fentanyl, which was sent to him in the mail. That may not sound like much, but the DEA says 2 milligrams can kill you. So 13 grams, more than 6,000 potentially lethal doses. MTN's Edgar Cedillo was in court for the hearing.
19-year-old Charles Malign Holm was arrested Monday afternoon after he is accused of trafficking fentanyl through the U.S. Postal Service after a postal worker discovered a suspicious package. According to the arrest affidavit, law enforcement was notified of a suspicious package that came from Tempe, Arizona. A U.S. Postal inspector requested that a canine inspect the package. The canine was able to detect narcotics. Once officers had a federal search warrant, they found multiple baggies of white powder. On Monday, Bozeman police detectives were able to test the white powder and found a presumptive positive for fentanyl. The inspector found 10 baggies with fentanyl, which came out to be about 13 grams of it. According to the Montana Department of Justice, 75 pills were seized in 2016. That went up to 393 pills in 2020, which was an increase of 424%. Officers obtained a search warrant for the hotel room at the Super 8 where Malign Holm was staying. While they were there, they were notified by Postal Service staff that Malign Holm was trying to get the package that they had already seized. Officers then arrested Malign Holm. He currently has a $10,000 cash bond and will likely appear in court in the next coming weeks. In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
6:35 now. During the pandemic, TV and movie streaming services became even more popular than they already were, as people had to find ways to pass time at home. Some of those shows, like the popular HBO show Euphoria, have confronted uncomfortable topics like drug use. Dan Grossman shows us how series like these are changing how we view and talk about drugs and the impact it's having.
Maybe you remember the popular movie Trainspotting from the 1990s. Many consider it a cult classic as well as an accurate depiction of drug abuse. Fast forward a few years, well, a decade or two, and of all the shows and movies that have also tackled this topic, few have done it with the very specific rawness that HBO's Euphoria has. It just released its second season earlier this year, as it follows 17-year-old Rue and her ups and downs with drug abuse in high school.
It's still portrayed as kind of this fringe thing. This is not a fringe thing anymore.
Steve Carlton is the executive director of a drug detox center and says the one thing Euphoria does that others don't is it removes the stigma that drug use is only happening among certain demographics, mainly poor young men in the streets. Numbers from the National Institute on Drug Abuse show between 2004 and 2013, the number of women who used heroin doubled, whereas use in men increased at a slower rate of 50%. Heroin use in people with private insurance also increased by 63% during that same time, and use in those who made more than $50,000 a year rose by 60%. The point: suburban America, once portrayed as widely immune to the effects of drug abuse, is confronting these harsh realities more than it ever has before.
So when this happens in families, especially sort of middle class and in suburbia like we're seeing on the scale now, there's lots and lots of shame, right? And so that keeps it so hidden from view.
It is crucial that we speak about drugs because otherwise it becomes a secret, a mystery.
Dr. Nora Volkov is the executive director of the National Institute on Drug Abuse, and she says what these shows do is act as a catalyst to speak more openly about drug use and confront its effects. Euphoria follows the life of a high school student. One of the show's main criticisms is the discomfort of seeing such visceral behavior in such a young population. The thing is, to a large degree, it's accurate. Last August, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration said outside of the rise in fentanyl, the fastest growing drug problem in the U.S. wasn't heroin or cocaine or methamphetamine. It was prescription drugs, which are profoundly affecting young teens. Even though overall teen drug use is down significantly, trends from the Monitoring the Future survey, which is part of the National Institute on Drug Abuse, suggests younger generations are trying illicit drugs at a slightly higher rate than before, and the rate of overdosing has risen dramatically due to fentanyl. While by nature these shows are dramatized, their topics aren't entirely. They offer a way to discuss a potent problem, and in a way that works to strip the stigmas surrounding it.
If we want to understand and start tackling this issue, people have to educate themselves about what we're talking about.
I'm Dan Grossman.
This week is the start of National Drugs and Alcohol Facts Week, and while many know that millions of people struggle with addiction, experts are aiming to educate the community of some of the negative effects of substance abuse, as well as some of the myths that are associated with it. As drug and alcohol addiction are becoming more prevalent across the country, local law enforcement agencies are taking preemptive measures to tackle substance abuse.
A lot of times, those that are abusing drugs also abuse alcohol, and it is a major concern. We even have our own task force that go out, and that's their sole mission, is to target drug usage in our community.
And while this week may be directed towards people who suffer from alcohol and drug addiction, experts are informing the community of the following myths associated with addiction. The most notable myth being the ability to spot an addict.
A lot of times we like to think it's other. It's someone that doesn't look like me. When one of the first symptoms of drug and alcohol use is denial. And so I think you really do see that it could be someone that looks like you or I. You could be a functioning alcoholic. You could be, have a stable job. You could own a business, but you could still have, an issue with alcohol misuse.
A major part of National Drugs and Alcohol Facts Week is to educate our youth on the dangers of substances. While substance abuse among our youth may be on the decline, health officials have kept their concerns high.
They might be more likely to kind of fall into some of that peer pressure and use a substance, and it's really social. And so it's really going to impact our youth, because the earlier you start, more likely you are to have kind of a problem down the road.
Experts say that this week isn't to just raise awareness for addicts themselves, but to also educate the community on the potential risks as well as the common misconceptions. If you wish to learn more information, you can check out our website. In Great Falls, Cade Mentor, MTN News.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, all your headlines, plus more scams. This one hitting your phone.
I'm John Matarese. Forget about phishing emails. Now scammers are targeting our cell phones with phony text messages almost every day. The warning sign a text is fake. Coming up.